Hey everybody, how are you doing today? What are the costs of groceries? Everywhere you go, people are complaining about the higher prices. I'm going to tell you what they're like here in Southeast Asia, Taiwan. Now, where most people go are these places called PX Mart. Now, if you want something more specific or Western, there are Costco's and Carrefour's. They're just a little more money. Costco could be cheaper if you're buying in bulk. But why I'm going to go to this place to show you prices is because most people go to these. They're very, every little community has one. You're only maybe 5 or 6 blocks away from them. So let's go look at some prices. And in the comments, you can leave me some comparisons. Now, 100 NT, that's the dollars they use in Taiwan, is about 3 American. So let's go compare some prices on groceries. PX Mart. Pineapples, 79, so that's about 2 American dollars right there. Just a bit over 220 American. Again, don't get your vegetables here. You can if you're in a pinch, but you can go to markets for a lot cheaper. What's that? What is it? I don't even have a clue. What do we got here? Onions, 49 NT, so that's about $1.50 American. It's getting a little pricier. That's a little better price here. About $2 American for some cabbage. And similar pricing for lettuce. Okay, 200 grams of chicken is about $3 American. And what do we have over here? Beef. Well, this is English beef. That's about, that's under $3, just under $3 American for that. And you can even get some imports. They're higher prices if you want some nicer cuts. Now, in terms of sauces, you get a lot of Western brands. They'll be a touch more. We get salad dressings, that's about $3 American. What else do we have here? Oh, you can even find some. Now, if you want larger selections of Campbell's or Western products, you're going to go to the bigger stores at the Carrefour or Costco. This here's about $2 American. So that's getting a little pricey, but that's an import. You should try different sauces from here because you'll probably find that, I'm not going to call them knockoffs, they're just Asian versions. Some of them are better and a lot cheaper, half the price. Now, in terms of dairy, they're not huge dairy consumers here, but give you an idea, this is a good brand of milk, $1.75. So what is that? 100. That's about $5 American for something like that. 2-liter milk. And if you go for 1 liters, you're looking at just under $3. So about $2.60, $2.70 American for 1 liter milk. Obviously your fruit drinks, what do we have here? This is a pretty good deal. They go on sale here lots too. 55, so that's about $1.50 American right there for a large juice. Take your pick. Beers are cheap here always. They never have a large selection of cheese, but just to give you an idea, this is cheddar cheese here, I believe, shredded, mixed. What do we have? 300 grams, that is $4.50 American. Not too bad, not too bad. Eggs, now you can get these cheaper in small markets, and again, small markets are everywhere in Taiwan. Go there for your vegetables. It's almost free, and eggs will be a lot cheaper there too. But anyway, if you come here, you're in a pinch, you want to do some quick shopping, again, not for, just, a few things for cooking, you're looking at about $3 for a dozen eggs. What else do we need, or typically pick up in these little places? Now, the rice selection is insane, okay? Like, you can get any type that you want. What do we have here? Cooking oils. And that's getting up a bit. That's about $9. That's huge. And we have different sort of, you can kind of get an idea. Again, 100 NT is about 3 American. So something like this would be $6 American. Now, but in terms of rice, which is obviously highly on the diet here, it's Asia for crying out loud. Take your pick. It's not just one selection. I like Thai rice, but just looking at the prices, I mean, you can live pretty cheap. They're about $6 American. Take your pick on what kind of rice you want. There's a monster selection. Now, I'm not going to look at the frozen foods. They are what they are. You got the ocean next door. You don't necessarily need to go for this sort of thing unless you're lazy, in my opinion, but that music's nauseating. Stay away from the ice creams. What do we have over here? Noodles. I mean, if you're into ramen noodles or any sorts of things, take your pick. Look, there's a wall of noodles. Now, this is if you're going cheap. You just add hot water. And I mean, Just find a flavor you like, try a different brand. These are all running around 30, 40 NT, so that is roughly $2 for a bowl of noodles. And in some cases, if you're super cheap, you know, you're 50, 60 cents sort of thing. I like some of these brands, they're pretty good. 30 NT, basically $1 American right there. Find a brand that you like, there's lots of selections. Another, you know, $1 American we have here. Yeah, they're pretty damn good. Just find something you like. There's literally 100 different flavors. Stick away from the bakery, too processed. Again, vegetables are cheaper elsewhere, but what do we have here for bananas? 69 NT, so that's about just over $2 American for about 50 cents a banana. Limes. Now this stuff too isn't the cheapest here, but I'll just show you what it is if you want to come here and do a one-stop. 5 for $2. Limes. Similar pricing for lemons. We have garlic. You're looking at about just under $3, $2.60, $2.70 American. Potatoes are expensive, $13 each, so, you know, whatever, they'll be like, what, 4 or 5? Yeah, 50, 60 cents. They're not a big, look at the potato selection's almost nothing here. It's not a big deal. Rice is the cheap one. Rice is the Asian potato. A couple big onions here, that would be $1.50 American. Let's go see what's downstairs in this place. I'm not going to go through all the vegetables simply because you're going to find them cheaper, as I said, in the markets, which are everywhere. Oh, before I forget, pasta. You know, you get a name brand. You're sort of looking at what, $2 American right there, just a bit over $2 for your standard sizes. So relatively inexpensive. And you can go for a sauce if you want that you sort of know from home. You can sometimes get Prego here. They're out, and they look like they're about $3 American. Right here, yeah, maybe a bit more than $3 American for name brand. So there you go. Put your prices down below what it's like where you're from. But this isn't the cheapest place, but it is convenient. They're located everywhere, like every few blocks, almost every 3-4 blocks. You'll see these sort of places in Taiwan. What do we have down here? Now, I'm not going to go through the candies and stuff. That's something you don't necessarily need. Alcohol. You can get your alcohol here. And I mean, you can also get your alcohol at 7-Elevens. Not the same selection, but it's not much cheaper here. But if you're a heavy drinker, I'm not. Could be. Choose not to be. Yeah, you'll save a few cents here on your wines and whiskeys and beer. That sort of thing. Yeah, you don't save too much. If you just want to have a beer from time to time, go to 7-Eleven. Obviously, you got your pops, you know, whatever they go and sell. What's this? $1.50 American for 2 liters. You know, stay away from that. Tons of tea drinks. This is where get a taste for this stuff. You know, you can get it for relatively cheap. Now, you want some snack food? You know, go for the bargain stuff. This here is about $3.30 American. Get yourself a whole bunch of, what is this? 450 grams. Yeah, if you just want some peanut protein, you got a salty fix. There you go, that would be my bet. Now, one good way to save money is to go for bottled water. What do we have here? What's that? 5,000, so that's 5 liters. And that'll run you $1.50 American for 5 liters. But you can go for smaller ones, a little more easy to drink too. It's up to you. What are we looking at? About $1 American for sparkling water. Now, coffee. That's sort of a thing a lot of people have all the time. Like, I'm good with instant. You know, you have your other choices if you want to buy a machine. I usually go for like a Nescafe Gold, and you're looking there at roughly $6.30 American for yourself. Get yourself a gold blend. I like my instant coffee. Actually, I've acquired a taste, but you have all types. So that's coffee pricing. What about cleaning? That sort of thing. You got to clean stuff. Things get dirty, don't they? Again, if you're going to Western brand names, I recommend trying a lot of the local or sort of like more in this area brands. Some of them are the same darn thing at half the price. So you be the judge on that. It's kind of like a no-name brand in another place, but give you a rough idea. It's easier to compare if you're looking at the actual names. Well, we've got a big thing of Mr. Muscle here. You can see the size. That's about $1, about $3.20, $3.30 American. Need some cleaning stuff. Again, here, you're $2.50, $2.60 American for Mr. Muscle. Are you Mr. Muscle? Again, I'd try the other brands here. Dishwashing, this stuff works pretty good. It's as good as the main brands, and you're looking at roughly $260, $270 American. That'll last you a couple months if you're not doing too much. Head and Shoulders, we're at $6 there, American. I don't know who uses that. I think it's junk. And again, try the brands they have here, but they do have Western brands even in these places. Like something like this will wash my clothes for about 2 months, and I'm looking at about roughly just under $3 American, maybe $2.50 American for laundry detergent. And again, you can buy them in bigger and liquid, you know, all that sort of thing. Pretty damn cheap. I think I pretty well went through everything. This stuff goes on sale everywhere. I just get them at 7-Elevens next to my house. I don't want to carry them through the city. But they're super cheap. You can get yourself a whole whack of tissues here. That's sort of their version of toilet paper, to be honest. And you're looking at about $2 for something like this. $2 US. Everything's in US to keep it simple. You can do the math conversions. I don't have a pet. Oh, there's your toilet paper there. What's this? Yeah, you get your rolls about the same price. That's about $2.20 American. What do we have over here? Things you'll sort of need day to day. I'm not going to go through everything, but just the basics for living. Oh, here we go. Here's more of your hair stuff. You're looking at about $4.50 American. This stuff's pretty popular, different scents and whatnot. You know, oh, here we go. This stuff gets a little pricey. I don't know why this is pricey, but like deodorants, these are women's, but it's the same for men. It's just in a different section. You're looking about $4 right there, $4.50 American for your deodorants. Now, pardon the music. It's pretty nauseating. If you got some munchies, what do you got? A big bag. This is a big bag of Cheetos. That's about $1 American. I don't know how much. I don't usually eat this. Doritos, a bit more than $1. I don't know. Those aren't Doritos. They look like Doritos. What's a big bag of Doritos? Well, that's cheap. Get yourself a big bag. Well, it's sort of a semi-big bag of Doritos. That would be $1.25 American. So yeah, you can still get your Western fixes on stuff like this. Yeah, and if you need your spices and whatnot for cooking, I mean, just over $1 American. Yeah, about $1.20, $1.30 American. Take your pick for spices. I think I've pretty well nailed everything. Again, I'll keep saying this. You can get vegetables here in a pinch, but like you're best going to the markets. There'll be one up the street open at night, and you can get stuff for half the price. There's even a butcher shop across the street. If you want the freshest meat, they'll just kill the damn thing in front of you. They're everywhere. If you're kicking for like a Western product, Carrefour's and Costco's. Carrefour's are a bit more money, but this is good for like a small bag of things. They're everywhere. They're 4 or 5 blocks in Taiwan. But as I was mentioning throughout the video about vegetable prices, you gotta find out. Every little community has them in Taipei anyway, and even more so in small towns. These little things, they'll be on side streets. You know, you'll walk down there, fresh meat, all that sort of stuff. This is where you'll find the cheapest stuff. So if you want to go on a bit of an adventure, you know, these places are dirt cheap. Yeah, and those prices are all in their own measurement system, but just take my word for it, it's a hair cheaper. Talk about cheap. What do you have in here? You guys might want to check this out. This is where you'll find the cheapest like stuff. Now everything's in there, what they call a gin. So I'm not good at converting these prices, but roughly just over half of what you'd find in the other places. Talk about fresh seafood there. Maybe looking maybe $2 or $3. Take your pick. And this stuff's pretty damn fresh. It comes in from the ocean, which is literally within an hour away. But if you feel a little more adventurous, this is where you should come. These little markets, they're scattered through most communities, and you'll find the dirt cheap stuff here. Again, I'm not good on the prices here because this is sort of need to know the conversions, which I don't. There you go. It's about as fresh as it gets there. Yeah, these are. Is this called a wet market? I think they're called a wet market. But I thought I'd show you the sort of like the, what do you call it? Like the store, just go into the store nice and quick, because these aren't open all the time. They're sort of open in the daytime. Might turn some people off, but this is the cheap stuff. If you know what you're looking for, that's where you go. Now that's something I don't recommend for people who don't know what they're looking for, but if you know what you're looking for, you go there for your meat and vegetables, those little places, and you go to those little PX Mart type places for, you know, generally other stuff. And there you go, you can live dirt cheap here in Taiwan, and in Southeast Asia for that matter. I'm going to Thailand, as I mentioned, and it's cheaper. But the culture is different. Like when you go out, sometimes you find these little restaurants, it's actually cheaper than cooking it. So you find out where you want to go. I know you want to cook for yourself to be healthy and all that, but if you know where you're looking, you get these little places. It might be hard if you're on vacation, but when you're on vacation, you're just blowing dough anyway, so you'll just eat out. There you go. Blah, blah. Hope I gave you a rough idea of costs here. Those places are dirt cheap. I gotta learn. I don't cook a lot at home. I just eat out most of the time. I know my places to go. Well, that just happened. I think he's okay. Yeah, you gotta be careful out of Taiwan.